Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, this is going to be a quick video on Aptos APT. For those of you who've been following Mango for at least 1 year, you guys are probably familiar with our Aptos trend trade, easy Mango stress-free trade, all the way from around $6 to $20, right? Back then, our major target was $20, right? This time around, I do have much higher targets for you guys. So this is going to be a very, very exciting video, especially for those of you who took the trade right over here once you got the 4-day candle close above the 4-day dynamic, right? So somewhere around $7.20. We got another opportunity right over here at around $8.20. But let's say you guys missed both of those trade opportunities, right? In today's video, I'm actually going to highlight a bid opportunity for those of you who did not get into Aptos yet, because the edge to the upside, especially if we hit my higher time frame targets, is going to be extremely exciting. And guys, this is going to be one of those easy Mango stress-free trades, just like we traded it back in 2023, right? We got in above the 4-day dynamic and we stay in the trade as long as the 4-day dynamic holds. Yes, you'll take profits on the way up, but we hold on to our position as long as the trend is our friend. All you have to do is find trades like this, guys, things that trade extremely well against a trend indicator. Now, I'm using the Mango Dynamic over here. You don't need to use the Mango Dynamic. Use the trend indicator of your choice. And for Aptos specifically, we were using it on the 4-day time frame. Very similar to how on SUI, we were using it on the 2-day time frame, right? We identified how it was trending perfectly against the 4-day time frame. And we said, hey, guys, let's just wait for this to claim the 4-day. And then once it does that, we will just hold on to our trade as long as it's holding on to the 4-day trend. Now, of course, we did have support and resistance levels on the way that we had marked out, right, to take profits. But the trade idea was very, very simple. Hold on to the trade as long as the trend holds. And as soon as the trend was lost, look at that. We trended against the dynamic all the way to the downside. So yes, mark your take profits on the way up. If you guys remember, our $18 to $20 level was our major take profit zone, the final take profit zone, but we did have $12 to $12.50 on the way up. And now Aptos is sitting right up against that level, right? Which is why I wanted to do this video today. I want to re-emphasize this idea that I taught you even for the sol trade, right? Now, I know many of you guys, Brett, for example, are in this trade, right? You guys took the same trade again, which is freaking great. That is Mango. That is easy. That is stress-free because you guys are familiar with the chart. You guys rode it from here all the way to the top, and now you'll ride it from here. And this time we can look for even higher targets, right? That being said, we are at a level that was initially or previously a take profit zone, right? So over here, either do one of two things: take some profits, or two, be okay with price pulling back if it does. But don't get too gung-ho on your take profits, because this is bull market territory, and in a bull market, resistances break, and in a bear market, supports break, right? We are in a bull market zone right now. That being said, you could look for a take profit at this region and look to bid around $11 as your higher low, right? So shaving some off over here, trying to be a little bit more efficient, especially if you're over allocated. If your leverage is a bit too high, you can reduce your leverage, take those profits and look to reallocate over here. Now, the really, really important question is, do we break this resistance zone over here at around $12 to $14, or do we come down here to put in a higher low, which would be a great bid opportunity before we make our way to our higher time frame targets above even the $20 region? And these are really, really exciting targets. But before I talk about that, I want to use this as an opportunity to show you guys how I assess the likeliness of breaking a interim resistance zone like we have over here. And guys, this is the kind of education content that you won't find on any other channel, right? You can take these concepts and apply them on every other asset. So if you guys are enjoying this kind of video, let me know that you guys are actually interested in it by hitting the subscribe button. That way I'll feel motivated to do more of these kind of videos. So the big question: are we likely to break the $12 to $14 region? For that, you want to get a good idea of what the trend and volatility profile of the asset is across timeframes, right? For that, we're going to go ahead and use our dashboard, similar to what we did in the previous trade, right? We'll filter out APT right over here. We're going to see that the 4 hours long, the 12 hours long, the daily is long, the 2 days long, but the 4-day is still neutral. and the weekly is still neutral. So you don't have these higher time frame trends going in your favor to break that resistance level. Coupled with the fact that on the lower time frames, the 4-hour and the 12-hour, volatility is pretty much sitting at max. In fact, even on the daily, the volatility is really, really high up there, 98, 98, 98, right? So you have high time frame neutral resistance and lower time frame high volatility. It's a recipe for at least a short-term pullback, which we're kind of seeing already, right? If you go on over to APT, you're seeing the pullback, right? We've come up against our resistance zone that we marked out in the previous trade, and now with that volatility, you have a high probability of a pullback because the high time frames aren't in your favor just yet. However, if you look closely, you will see that the 2-day just flipped long, right? So you're beginning to see the high time frame trends flip, and this is what you need, right? Once the 4-day flips as well, it's likely gonna smash through this resistance zone over here. Guys, everything I'm saying over here is exactly the same concepts we use on our trade from around $6 all the way to $20 last year, right? And by the way, for those of you who weren't there last year, I really recommend checking out all of those videos. You'll find it under the premium video section. And again, let me know if you guys do like these kind of videos, and I'll do more of them this cycle as well. Okay, so we established that we are currently sitting up against an interim resistance level. Okay, it's not a very, very important resistance level, but if you are overexposed to leverage or you are over allocated in your spot position, it won't be a bad idea to shave some of your trade off. Now, if you are trading spot, you're either under allocated or allocated just right. I wouldn't try to get too cute over here. I would honestly just hold onto the trade and play for the big win for the targets I'm about to give you guys, right? So if you're trading leverage and you're over allocated on your leverage, you want to shave some profits off, look for high low and add to your position. If it doesn't come, so be it. You'll be catching a big win if price breaks through this level anyways, right? Next target, of course, is the $18 to $20 region where we took our profits on the last trade. Once you come up against this level, guys, you're going to see a lot of supply coming in from traders just like me who will be looking to take profits at this level, and also bag holders who bought this level over here and they're still sitting in losses, right? So you kind of want to get on board with what the market's going to do. But once this level is cleared, right, we have a really, really nice target overhead. I'm going to go ahead and unhide target 1. I have 2 targets for you guys, and target 1 is coming in at around $28 to $33 from where we're currently sitting, especially if we get the bid at around $11, guys. That's going to be a good 3x move, right? $11 to $33. But hey, it doesn't end there. Once we clear this zone, I have my eyes set on a much higher target. I'm going to go ahead and unhide target 2 now for you guys. And we're going to go ahead and zoom out. You guys are going to see that target 2 is coming in at $55 to $66. And I just realized all these targets are perfect multiples of 11. Interesting. So if we get that $11 bid zone, we are going to get a 5x to 6x move to $55 to $66, guys. Oof, doesn't that get juicy? Which is why I really recommend keeping that leverage low, not getting too greedy on taking too many profits. You have to have a good balance of both, guys. You got to position perfectly, which is why I often say half the battle is just your position sizing and managing your risk. If you guys are in the Mango C program, please, for the love of God, use your Mango risk management indicator, your Mango risk management tool sheet. It takes you a maximum of around 10 minutes, maximum, right? Honestly, once you get into the groove of it, it'll take you like 2 to 5 minutes to fill in everything. But if you do that, you will just be stress-free. You will know when to exit, when not to exit, and all it takes is one amazing trade like this to really set you up, and then suddenly you have the momentum. A 5x trade turns into a 10x trade, because guys, all you have to do at that point, let's say you take your 5x wins and put it into another trade and you get a 2x there, suddenly you have a 10x, right? So you want to make sure you don't mess up the early trades, guys. Don't get too greedy. Keep it mango, keep it easy, keep it stress-free. Because trust me, the last thing you want is to overtrade right over here and miss out on these massive wins all the way up to $55 to $66. These are high targets, guys. And if you guys are wondering what these scribbles over here are, don't let this distract you. This was just a idea that we were talking about in the previous trade where we were ranging between $10 and $12. And we had postulated that if Aptos goes to the top of the range, puts in a bull flag and fails to break the bull flag to the upside, we could not only come back into the range, but also break underneath the range, which is what Aptos ended up doing, right? We actually put in a bull flag, failed to break out, and once we broke back into the range, we broke underneath the range. So this is why, guys, planning ahead of time helps so much, because then you can say, wait a minute. You plan for this, let's follow the plan. Because guys, if you don't have a plan set ahead of time, you will let your emotions get the better of you. You will make an excuse to stay in your trade, because at the time of the event, while things are breaking down, you're not thinking clearly, right? But if you had drawn it out ahead of time and postulated how things may play out if the trend breaks, then you know and you're prepared for the worst, and you have a plan to take advantage of the worst. And hey, we get to take advantage of the trade twice, while people who bag held, yes, they'll be in profit if our targets hit, but they missed out on doubling, tripling, quadrupling their bags while reducing risk. So with that, guys, let's wrap it up with a quick summary. Our bid opportunity would be around $11. We're getting that level from the level we traded back in 2023. So if it does come down there, that'd be a good time to add to your spot trades as well as your leverage trades. But don't over leverage, because you don't want to get shook out when you're looking for 5x to a 6x. And take profit, of course. 3 take profit levels, actually. Of course, the top of the zone over here at around 18 to 20, then around $33, and finally around 55 to 66 before we reassess. Now, Aptos could go much higher than that as well, but as of now, I just don't have technical targets for Aptos getting any higher than this. We will keep you guys updated, so make sure to hit the notification icon, so that way if we have updates, you don't miss those crucial life-changing opportunities. I'll see you guys in our Discord, the mango.markets/Discord. Until the next one, keep Mango, keep it easy, keep it stress-free. Ciao.